Hi everybody, success story number 41. So today it's from Angelique. Now, my specific person's name is Caesar. I must warn you, my story is a tad long, and I believe all good stories start with how it all happened, so this is how I will begin mine. I started following Caesar on Facebook in mid-2015. I thought he was so attractive and I was just drawn to him. I could never add him, so I just followed him, and I did not have the courage to message him. I was at a friend's house when I liked one of his posts, and all of a sudden I got a message from him. Oh my gosh, I manifested it. And only now do I realize that. I was in shock, and from that moment we were inseparable. But he lives in Alabama and I in Florida. Things were a little difficult, but we didn't mind. It was only a 5-hour drive. We would see each other twice a month. Things were going amazing until the fact I worked 2 jobs, being one at a prison, and it started taking a toll on our relationship. Caesar would complain I was too consumed with work, and I was letting all the stresses get to me. Not to mention I wanted to try out for the Air Force, but I never did anything to better myself. The more I thought about everything, the more I started to think, okay, when is this going to end? When will he have enough of me? Guess what? You get what you ask for. I always needed reassurance that he loved me because I didn't love myself. Well, October came and he got tired of it, and we got into an argument while I was visiting. I thought things were okay until I hadn't heard from him for 2 weeks and I was dying. The man I loved and contemplated marriage with wouldn't even respond to me. Then the day came, November 4th, 2017. He said he couldn't do it anymore. He was not going to have a relationship. And this argument meant to him that this was how it was going to be. So I had read The Secret and the Secret Success Stories forum, and everyone said you could get your ex back. I will put down below the link to the Secret Success Stories forum and The Secret for those of you that want to check that out. So back to the story. And everyone said everyone said within the forum that you could get your ex back. And that's when I came across your channel. I must admit I did the affirmations for a few weeks, but then I could never focus enough. I did everything you're not supposed to do. I contacted him just to see if he would talk to me. I would make excuses to like his posts on Facebook, just anything for some communication. It would hurt so bad because I missed him, but in the back of my head, I knew he was the one for me. 6 months had passed by and nothing. So I started focusing on me. I lost weight, started loving myself, traveling, and I even went on 2 dates, but those dates were not all that great as I felt like I was cheating. I decided to let just everything go to God and the universe, and I told the universe, thank you for a man who loves me so much. Thank you for taking your time so Caesar and I can better ourselves as individuals. Thank you for letting me get focused. Thank you for Caesar's overall well-being, with or without me. At this point, I loved him enough to let go, something I couldn't do before. I sent Caesar a message telling him my good news on passing the ASVAB for the Air Force. Angelique, maybe down in the description or down in the thread, you can actually say what that is. I'm assuming that's some kind of exam. And getting in. I thanked him for motivating me, for being there. Then I told him goodbye, that I was finally putting this book to rest. I was at ease to let go. Before it hurt when we would talk and he was short and cold. Weeks would go by and not a word from him, nothing, and I was okay because I loved myself so much I didn't need it from anyone, and he gave it. If he gave it, I would accept, but I no longer needed it. Then out of the blue, he messaged me to tell me he loved me. He missed me and wanted me back, and everything I had whispered to him in the whispering technique. I'll put the whispering technique down below too. I was in shock. He told me he couldn't lose me, and if he did, it would be his biggest regret. The fact that I would be leaving soon, he figured if he didn't say something now, I would be gone forever. The last message to him was a wake-up call. He realized he couldn't be without me and never stopped loving me. Now we are back together after being separated for 9 months. I wanted to mention a few things to everyone. Not all the techniques work the same for everybody. Stop putting time on it, although Agnès does have a wonderful video on that. I'm not sure what video that is. I'll have to have a look about time frames, I think, Angelique. If I don't find it, can you send me a link to my own video? Sometimes I forget what I even talk about with 700 videos. So, stop looking at videos. Think before, because it worked for someone in a month, it has to work for you. Exactly, Angelique. Time frames are different for everyone. Let go, enjoy life, thank God or the universe or whomever you believe in for this person without expectations. And lastly, love yourself. I cannot thank you enough for your guidance, and yes, your videos were and are a motivation to many. And although I did not follow them every day, they increased my faith. Angelique, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sending that in. Wow, wow, wow. I love a good self-love realization, you know, that thing that we realize that people leave us because we're so busy trying to get love from them that we repel them and freak them out. So wonderful realizations, a beautiful story. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for saying what techniques you used along the way, because I know, like you said, not every technique works for everybody, but I think each story has got a separate set of techniques that people used, and it's just a toolbox, isn't it? A toolbox of things to do. So that's it from me. And hopefully, Angelique, you'll have time to answer some comments in the threads and let me know if you want me to add your email address so people can contact you. Lots of love.